good evening, depending on wherever you at, and welcome to my Monday Night Raw recap for date of January 12th. Was hosted in Berlin. Following the recap of everything, I think they stayed overseas throughout majority of the tour, and I believe they're going to still continue European tour throughout the rest of this week. Um, there was overseas. I believe Drew McIntyre defending his now undisputed WWE Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura, which he retained. Um, and congratulations still to Drew. But getting to the main hand, opening segment of the night, the EO and Rhea their tag team championships within their promotions. Few teams came out. Bailey and Lyra Valkyria, and also the Kabuki Warriors had also made their presence known also there by attacking the champs, plus with Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez, which also had developed into a triple threat number one contenders match with the Kabuki Warriors, Liv and Roxanne Perez against Lyra Valkyria and Bailey. And winner will determine who will face for the women's tag team championship match at Saturday night's main event. But that match happened later within the night. Uh, Again, little nice segments. There was also a segment to where the Judgment Day between interactions between Liv Morgan, Roxanne Perez, and Finn was also kind of like a little indicator that they were going to give Finn a push, which was been due for a long time. At this point, again, he kind of hinted it ever since Dominic and JD McDonough went down. So now at this point, Finn feels, inclined to step up as the leader, being the only male involved with the group as of right now. And it's a good way to get him back out there in singles competitor because he's been a tag team competitor for over these last couple years via with Damian Priest, JD McDonough, or just even having the involvement with Dominic Mysterio for the IC title. So now we also come to the forefront that now we also have to give Finn his just due, his flowers that was well deserved for a while now. It's been since 2016. He's been world champion. I think he's had his last shot at the singles world heavyweight title since I do believe Damian Priest, maybe Seth Rollins of 2 years ago, probably a year ago. But it's been a while since Finn the Demon has also been seen since his last rivalry with Roman that ended in a for me, a botch ending. If you talk to most, despite most WWE fans, they kind of like did not agree because they felt like the demon had kind of like lost its nostalgia over that course of time frame because it was such a special character, uh, and unfortunately, it hasn't been shown since. So, with them hitting at the Prince, maybe the Prince of Darkness, aka the Demon, maybe come out, but who knows? Again, Finn has been using that character hint at the Judgment Day for a while now. So I don't really know for so, but it will be seen because again, him and Punk had a segment later on because Punk came out there to celebrate his win over Big Bronson Reed, and and it was been a crazy of a filled night per se. I believe it was going to be a not in, but we also had Javon Evans debuting for the first time on Monday Night Raw against one of I think it's Los Matadores from Grande Americanos group from the Grande Americanos that rotate within the weeks. time frame. So good showing from Javon. Honestly, at the end of the match, he ended up pulling off that huge top of the rope cutter from the top turnbuckle. Very great to see his athleticism now on Monday Night Raw and to see the star that can be. And there's also going to be the other implementation of where does Opa Femi goes. But that's going to probably be a question, and that will probably be answered within the next couple of weeks with the NXT call up. So again, you still want to have more people that's going to be coming up on Raw, that'll be coming up to SmackDown. As far as when the call ups are, that's going to be um remain to be seen again. So we're gonna go ahead and be waiting for that. Also, there was also another matchup also as well. There was sorry about that. Logan Paul and Austin Theory going up against it was Penta and Dragon Lee. The match unfortunately ended up in a disqualification, but it was one of the, if anybody knows, because there was also a segment earlier with Adam Pierce and a referee with also Paul Heyman, and he told Paul like how it was, if Brian Breaker comes into the building with bad intentions, then there will be repercussions. And Brian Breaker is Brian Breaker. You can throw whatever threat there is. The man is going to come out explosive. I did post this on my channel, and literally it was probably about, and if I have ever ranked Brian Breaker, like ever did a Brian Breaker ranking of Spear, literally I would have to probably put that at number, if I'll give or take, I'll say that would be like number two or three. If you have seen the Carmelo Hayes in the midair or the Carlito one from the past year, then you would kind of see like a knife through butter. But Braun Breaker made his presence known, and in the worst way. Him and the Vision had made their presence known. Unfortunately, Adam Pierce did come out here. Unfortunately for Braun Breaker, with him being with him in his character role, he did put his hands on Adam Pierce. But unfortunately, which in the WWE script, they said, "Oh well, he's indefinitely suspended." With Adam Pierce also having a late conversation with Paul Heyman, letting him know about his client, but Paul letting also Adam Pierce know, you put your hands on Braun. So we don't know where S7 will end up taking them. We probably just might see Braun off TV for maybe a week or so, or just to give him another thrill push. Who knows how they're going to do with the Vision? As of right now, we don't know when the timeline of Seth's return. Hopefully, if we do get him back, I would love to see where the Austin Theory storyline plays in with that, especially with him being a former disciple of Seth's and still pulling off Seth Rollins' curb stomp also as well. So it's kind of like giving like a little hint that maybe either there's a collusion, maybe there's also a time and change. Who knows how the storyline long term wise WWE has this set up for. So we are definitely going to see. The next I think last thing that I had to do for as far as coverage. Again, we seen Stephanie Valkyria. She got attacked from uh Roxanne sorry. Not Roxanne Perez, but sorry, I'm watching, still kind of trying to catch the highlights from the Steelers game. But yeah. Um Roxanne, not Roxanne, but the part of the Judgment Day. Sorry, the other superstar, woman wise. Uh, she had attacked Stephanie Valkyrie, unfortunately, and still with the boot on, it's still like kind of like throws the story off. I'm trying to figure out when did she hurt herself. I don't know if they're going to have it in the story that she's going to continue having the boot on. Probably have like a brace on, probably in the match against oh gosh, she's gonna probably be having the boot on. So maybe who knows? The end of the day, might hang up to a new champion because like I said, I don't know if they're gonna still throw Nikki Bella in this mix. I think they should leave. Literally, they should leave Nikki Bella out of the title picture at this point now since they had their triple threat match 2 prior weeks ago. So maybe like I said, Stephanie Valkyrie and sorry, I'm still trying to find this cloud foggy, but they'll go ahead and they might end up having another one-on-one matchup for the third time, hopefully so. Going into maybe Saturday night's main event, depending on where the location is. So that might end up being a good indicator. And next, that was I think the last and final matchup on the card. It was Gunther versus AJ Styles. This has been one I've been kind of want to see for quite some time now since the whole I made John Cena tap like a little bitch. So that's been kind of like one of the matchups that's been like hinted at now that Gunther is the modern day version of our legend killer per se, since he's knocked off two legends, Bea Goldberg and John Cena. And again, um, I'm here for it. The match itself was overall good. I couldn't complain too much, honestly. I think this is like probably one of the matches that I wish it kind of would have went longer per se. They had a lot of style matchups like that were like tit for tat. You know, it kind of like drew me in definitely. I already knew Gunther in a whole was going to like put on. I knew AJ was going to put on. They did have like one little botch per se, but unfortunately, I think you can kind of like overlook it. But it's kind of like the second week in a row. I think AJ Styles had slipped on the apron ring rope. So hopefully by that time, everything might get cleaned up. I don't know where they're gonna have going for AJ Styles. I thought maybe he could have used the matchup, had a long could have had a long rivalry with Gunther. Um, Again, it's within written story. I'm not the one that writes it. Again, WWE had did a great way of having this match play out. Again, if anybody did see it, Gunther really did do a smart move per se. AJ Styles put a third time calf pressure on him, and unfortunately, when the referee was not looking. He ended up tapping on the side of AJ, but the ref's back was turned. You can see it on the Titantron clearly as day. But again, if the referee doesn't see it, it doesn't call the match over. AJ let go, thought he had it over, low blow. Power bomb, and that's the end of the matchup, unfortunately. Would have definitely loved to see this probably extend longer. Don't know where again it's going to go long term wise. I feel like you can drag it on more. I feel like you could have dragged it on even longer with AJ being the face and Gunther being where he is at as of right now in his career and on the retirement tour out of the door. So um subjectively I kind of wanted to see AJ either with a TNA championship on his way out, or with an X Division championship on his way out for him and Deion Slater to probably end up having like a one-on-one matchup. Who knows within the time realm where we at in the climate with WWE as far as like them and the TNA cross branding with NXT. So we might can honestly get that. Maybe so, maybe not. Another thing is too. I could probably see happening within the next few weeks, especially because of how their matchups have been occurring at this point. So with Roxanne Perez and Liv Morgan having the somewhat beef with Bailey and Lyra, I can honestly see at one point of those two, Lyra or Bailey turning heel on one of each other just to give one of the other a pop. I feel like it will benefit Bailey more. I feel like with Lyra, it can open up a new doorway for her. I don't think I've ever seen her as far as her whole NXT and Monday Night Raw career is going so far. I haven't seen her be a heel, so this could possibly be a different character development for her. Probably not, maybe so. Who knows? I don't know where again the climate is going to go later on. So potentially could be honestly maybe like a good different storyline for her. And again, Monday Night Raw was at best for me with the main event being like how I was, I can give it like a 3.5, maybe a solid 4 out of 5. But overall, like I said, it was good, good style of matchups. Kind of okay storylines and segments. Um, really wishing could use a little bit more, but we're in the climate that we are in today. And we'll be covering a lot more, or we'll be doing we'll definitely be doing Saturday night's main event recap. Plus, we'll also be doing later on this month. We'll be doing the Royal Rumble recap as well. We'll try to end up seeing how we can set that up. We might end up doing like a live feed for everybody. That way, everybody can be in tune and watch with us. So might be something that we might can introduce. I'll let everybody know in the community channel, so that way you will be staying in tune with my live segments. And please make sure you hit the subscribe and the like buttons as well. And I will be doing more wrestling recaps on my channel later on this week. So then again, take it easy, guys, and join me for my my NXT recap this week on Wednesday. So take it easy, guys. Have a great rest of your morning, and I'll get back with you soon.